Alright, so welcome back. So today we're going to do a very short core sequence, which you can do this a couple of rounds. Okay, so let's just begin with forearm plank holds on elbows. So here I'm putting resistant bands across my forearms as seen. We come to a plank position and just hold it there for about 30 to 60 seconds. As you're doing this, you want to keep your buttocks as low as possible, in one straight line from the top of your head to the heels here. There's a tendency for your head to drop, so you just want to look slightly forward. And keep thinking about pushing or opening your shoulder blades as if two sticks are coming out from the armpits towards the floor. At the same time, consciously keep pushing the bands out. You're going to stay there for a couple more seconds before we move into what I call Forearm Mountain Climbers. And with the Forearm Mountain Climbers now, you're just going to bring your knees to your elbows alternately. So if you want to actually try to not move the body so much front and back as you can, that will really work on your core muscle, keeping the buttocks as low as you can. Okay, so if you're on the forearm, it's a bit challenging to do that. So you can also come onto your palms here. All right. Okay, so let's move into our side plank hold. So coming onto the right side on the elbows, your top leg is in front, your back leg is behind. And you lift the buttocks off the ground. You imagine that your body is sandwiched between two walls, so the front and back of the body is in one straight line. If you feel tension in the neck, just look down diagonally towards the ground. Hands can be beside you or up towards the sky. And next, let's do a quick breather into our fish hold, lying down. And just gently bring the chest up. Top of the head is on the ground. Just opening up the front of the chest here. Straighten the legs and just breathe and relax. Okay, next we'll go into our toe taps. So you come lying down. Lift both legs up in the air, knees bent 90 degrees. And then you just tap your toes alternately towards the ground. As you're tapping, you exhale. You want to keep the back touching onto the ground at all times. So as you lower the legs, there's a tendency for you to arch the back. You want to control. You can also bring the hands up towards the sky and add some coordination challenge. As you lower your toes, you bring the arms overhead alternately. So you can imagine there is a connection. You are connecting your ribs to the front of the hips. This really works the entire front core unit. Okay, a few more of this before we go to the next challenge. So keeping the hands reaching up towards the ceiling. And just repeat the first variation of the toe taps, this time round with both legs. Okay, so notice how your core has to work even harder. Alright, let's move on to the next one, bent knee hollow holds. So basically your legs remain tabletop. Exhale, palm the hands down, reach forward, curl the upper body up and stay there and keep breathing. You may add some pumps on the hands to assist you to engage your core even more. As you pump, you will exhale through your lips in this way. So there's a bit of a rhythm to it. So you're going to keep the back flat on the ground as always. Think about reaching your fingers forward, connecting your ribs to the front of the hips again. Your shins are parallel towards the sky. For added challenge, point your toes, knees together. Keep pumping the hands for a few more reps before we go into our bicycles. So hands beside the head and twist and reach for the opposite knee with the opposite elbows here. Let's do this nice and controlled instead of using momentum. As you cross, you want to keep the upper back or the upper mid back off the ground. If your neck starts to feel a lot of tension, you may rest the head, take a couple of breaths and continue again. And let's switch to the other side of the side plank holds to finish up this sequence. So stacking armpits directly over your elbows, top leg in front, back leg behind, and just lift the buttocks off and stay there. Additional challenge, hands reach up towards the ceiling or lower and lift the hands up. So imagine there is a fire burning under your waist. We have another 10 seconds or so to go, hanging there, and we are done with this round. So you can replay this video for another round. Otherwise, thank you so much for your energy and your practice today. See you soon.